Look at this guy, man.
Hey.
You guys so you're like a star now that the Rams won the Super Bowl.
Well, look at this side.
And of course, here he comes. Listen, is he smoking a cigar? He's really gonna. What? Oh my God! Yes, Rudy.
Rumble! Finally! The Ramelius Sports Report returns to the Rumble Show. Rumble!
Roll down the window.
Yes, Rudy.
Put down the top. Crank up the Beach Boys, baby. Don't let the music stop. We gon' ride it till we just can't ride it no more. From the side face to the valley, from the west side. Let's go. Big dog on three. 1, 2, 3. Big dog.
What is up, my Ramelia fans of the Los Angeles Rams, the defending NFC West Los Angeles Rams? Thank you guys for coming in. Sorry for the delay. I was getting my stuff together, and I just remembered I didn't finish feeding my doggy. So my doggy's 16 years old, and we had went to dinner. And I brought literally a doggy bag, and God bless her. She's her name's Dottie, and so try to feed her twice really good, and then there's they have their dog food there, but anyway, wanted to do that before I came up here because she'll fall asleep, and it's hard to get her to eat right after she falls asleep. So sorry about that, and then we had, I don't know if you guys are having the issue with the heat wave, and God bless our Ramelia and people that live in Riverside. There's a fire in certain areas, and hopefully you guys are safe. And but there was ants, ants by the front living room, and I had to get rid of them. And so anyway, just a lot going on, and it's hot as hell still. You got the air on still. It's already 7:23. Crazy times. No, not a lot of stuff is going on still. Not a lot of information. Thank you for joining me. Sunday night edition. Rams make a roster move. Let me change that. This is we had that earlier. Hold on. Jalen Ramsey watch is still ongoing. It's looking less and less like we are going to get him. And I think some of that is because of the Alaric Jackson thing. We already have some depth, but he can really sink our issues. His issue can actually sink our season rather, with the blood clots. I don't think it's going to be a problem, but you want to make sure that you're shored up, and and left tackles don't grow on trees, good left tackles. And then when you play, you can get through the regular season. You can ask the Niners for that. We're going to win the division. Well, yeah, that's not the only thing. That's not the goal. The goal is not just to win the division. The goal is to, once you get to the playoffs, that you can play with the big boys. So, yeah, it's not just, we expect to get to the playoffs. We expect to be a good team during the regular season, but we want to make sure that we have all the big hosses on the offensive line for the Jalen Carters and those guys. And that way, because it sucks when you don't have your left tackle there, or you're beat up front, and then you have to change your game plan. You can't attack like you want to. You want to attack and use, McVay's full bag of tricks, and you have to instead leave somebody behind to help chip, edge rushers more than you would need to. In the NFL, there's great edge rushers. You got to do that anyway. But when you have to do that for most of the plays, and also change your game plan, that is a major hindrance, but that's the life in the NFL. So hopefully, I think Alaric Jackson will be fine, but I just think that that's something that we need to address more than a Jalen Ramsey. We got Forbes, and we got the guys back there. Kobe Durant's he's in a contract year, and putting Lakes back there, the secondary. He's gotten better. Cam Kitchens, and I think we'll be okay. But it is nice to add a Super Bowl champion and a veteran that's one of the all-time greats back there. So we'll see what happens with that. But yeah, not a lot of stuff going on. Let me get into the chat, and then we'll talk more about other stuff. My guy Shock42 says, "Who's host? The Rams house, baby." OG Willie Bones says, "Rams mansion in Bel Air. Love it, love it, love it." Flacco says, "Let's get it, Ramelia." Yes, indeed. 2 beers up. Yep. My guy Danny Berry Sports Highlights. Evening. Yes, indeed. My guy Marketing Pro. Bang Bang Lottery Team Gang. Willie Bones says, "Marketing Pro. Leave the chat. Why no? He's not. He's Marketing Pro. OG Willie Bone is a Ram fan." he's a Ram fan, Willie. He's a Ram fan. He goes on Rambo's chat and gives it to him. So I can attest to that. He's a Ram fan. But I do want to give a shout out to the beautiful. Hold on. Where's my stuff that I set up earlier? Isn't that interesting? Hold on. Oh, weird. I was on earlier before I went to feed my doggy, and I had put aside some clips in the queue, and I think when I logged off, I didn't close it out right, and it went away. That's okay. I'm just setting it back up. Hold up. Resetting it back up. No big deal. And then I have a cool Mamba commercial. Has to do with the Mamba. So anyway, again, to the let's see here. Let me get this set up here. What just happened? Hold on, sorry. Something just didn't work right. Let me get the skin in there again. There we go. So I want to shout out to having her number retired, the gorgeous Candace Parker of the LA Sparks, and here's the ceremony. Amazing player. LA teams. Just wanted to bring this to you real quick. There it is. That's pretty awesome. You've arrived. I mean, she's one of the greatest WNBA players of all time. I mean, she just her accolades is just amazing. I really never really, I knew she was really good, but still the only WNBA player to win Rookie of the Year and MVP in the same season. And there's much more accolades than that. So just want to give her a shout out. LA team. She's up in the rafters. So that's cool. That's something that nobody else will probably bring you because it's LA teams. I know we don't do the WNBA, but that was on there. That was on social media, and I wanted to give her some support on that. And there was just one more thing too when it comes to the WNBA. Oh, there's actually 2 things, but we'll get to this first. I want to give a shout out to Caitlin Clark. That's not LA teams, but she was made captain of the All-Star game.
Jalen, we saw obviously the results for the All-Star game. I know you're more about winning, but still that's got to be a little bit meaningful for you considering you're still so new to the league.
Yeah, no, obviously it's cool, and it's cool that fans get to be a part of it and have a little impact on the game. And then I think also it's going to be really special to be able to do it here in this city. And I think there's already been so much time and effort put in.
And I just wanted to bring it to you. They're not an LA team, but she's a great player, man. Excited, you guys. If you guys haven't seen her, check her out. She's kind of doing what Larry Bird and Magic Johnson did to the NBA, bringing excitement. She fires from all areas. Unfortunately, she's in Indiana. It'd be nice if she was in Los Angeles, but the girl's bad. And she's been. They give her lumps, man. They give her lumps. They knock her down. She doesn't complain. She comes right back at it, and Amazing player, and she makes it amazing to watch just the way she plays. She's kind of like a woman, Curry with the Golden State Warriors. She fires from way out, but an amazing player. Then I brought that up because it's all setting up the commercial that I'm going to show you that has to do with her and the Mamba. So we'll get into that in a second. Monster says, "What's up? What's happening, Rudy? I just walked in and the Ramley is on. Good to see you and everyone. How you doing, brother? Appreciate you so much. Love it, love it, love it. My guy Monster Hit Tribe. How you doing, Rudy? How you doing, brother? Appreciate you." But that's why I wanted to lead that up, because I appreciate her as a player. That's one of the players that I do know. And even though I am about LA teams, Lisa Leslie, Candace Parker, and Magic Johnson, head Clips Magic Johnson, Michael Cooper, Lakers fame, were saying stuff about Candace Parker, but Lisa Leslie was the one that brought her out on the microphone, and shout out to her. But yeah, I didn't really watch WNBA, but Caitlin Clark is amazing. She's amazing, man. It's not all hype. She's something else. Hold on, but I led all that stuff besides getting Candace Parker and all that stuff, and then Caitlin Clark to show the commercial that I'll show you in a little bit. But it's amazing what they've done with that. Blogger says, "Fire in Timotoma." Oh wow. Yeah, man. Is that where it's at? I just saw the reports and I go, woo. Like, you didn't tell me. Yeah, I texted you. I said, I'm going on right now. Let me see. Did I send it? Sometimes I'll send a text and then I'll look up. Yeah, I did. 7:18. Yeah, be careful on the road. So because I haven't seen Niner Sickness. Is he alive? Trying to get I haven't talked to him in a while too. I assume he's okay. He was on live not too long ago. So yeah, I think he's okay. But yeah, there's not much to talk about. Jalen Ramsey talk is ongoing. Even they're trying to bring in the Steelers and if it wasn't for Alaric Jackson having the blood clots issues, and we're monitoring that, and like I said, the team expects him to be able to play. That they're gonna do treatment, and he's had stuff like that before, so they know how to tackle that. But it's not good, because a lot of it's just rest and taking the medicine, and you can't really have physical activity while you're doing that, and so we'll see what happens with that. I hope, besides the man being okay, for Ram fans and the team, I hope he's going to be able to play week 1 and be able to play all the way through. So if it wasn't for that, then we can kind of like solidify the secondary. So we may be trying to look in, and we might even have to use that first round pick to get a left tackle, that we got from the Falcons. We'll see what happens. There's a lot down the pipe, but at least we have the ammunition to go out and do something if we need to. So that's one good thing. Let's see. There was one thing I want to show you. We're all, as Ram fans, we love our players, we love our team, and it is irritating, but there's nothing you can do about the team getting not the team not getting their due. I mean, when it comes to Hall of Fame snubs, I mean, all teams get that, but the Rams have had their fair share. Hall of Fame snubs, when I say London Fletcher, Henry Eller, Torrey Holt, making him wait so long. Even the great Jack Youngblood, John Wayne and Cleats had to wait a couple of times. That's a first round Hall of Famer if I ever saw one. He had to wait a couple times, and Pro Bowl snubs for sure, horrible, and so I say that to say this, that even John Madden snubs. The programs from John Madden must be a Niner fan, because they always lower. The only one they gave proper respect to was Aaron Donald year in, year out. So I appreciate that. But they always have the Rams really low. They have the Rams lower than the Niners when it comes to team overall ratings. And the Niners came in last place last year. It's crazy. And I say that to say this. Let me show you what I'm talking about. But yeah, it doesn't. I would say this. I'm not going to go so far as saying that it bothers me, but it is irritable. Kind of like, you got a scratch in your ear and you're like, get on, and you just shake your head. You're like, what else is new, man? What else is new? Oops, hold on. Let me go back to that one. Let me redo it. I wanted to see if I can mess with the screen here. Here we go. So let's just do it this way. So it says the Rams snubbed on the this top 100 list. Now this isn't the main list. I've never heard of this list before, but I just thought I'd bring it to you. Again, there's not a lot of news. So Puka Nacua is one of the top 50 players in the NFL today. We can all agree with that, right? Yes. If not top 20, we can agree with that. Yes. But he was not ranked by Lou, whoever the hell you are, Scatalgia, at NFL Spin this week in a ranking of the top 100 players. Puka checked in at number 56, which is, it's a top 50 list. So he's saying there's 6 other players that deserve, 6 other players ahead of him, 5 other players ahead of him. Didn't even make the top 50. Crazy. Which is at least 30 spots too low for NFL's 4th leading receiver over the past 2 seasons in terms of yards per game. No explanation was given as to why Puka failed to make the top 50. Sandwiched between Christian Gonzalez and Javier McKinney, which team would rather have either of those players over Puka in any universe? Exactly right. And then it says, but Nacua was ranked lower than Amon-Ra St. Brown, Malik Neighbors, Brian Thomas, Tyreek Hill, and A.J. Brown. So I think Puka would be right in the middle of those guys, not below past those guys. Amon St. Brown is amazing. Tyreek Hill has been great, but he's a special type receiver, but I think Puka deserves to be right in the middle. And then it says Lamb was 19th, Chase was 4th, and Jefferson was 2nd, Lamar Jackson ranked 1st. And so, but there it is. Here it is. So maybe it's something to do with being on the LA Rams, because Jared Verse was the only other player on the roster to make Scatalgia's top 100 with Verse ranking 54. So even Jared Verse didn't make top 50. And here he goes. That means Stafford, Adams, and Dotson, Kyrie Williams, and Brandon Fisk all failed to make the top 100 list from this Scalia guy, whatever. His name doesn't deserve to be pronounced right. Scattaglia. So, what do you guys think in the chat about that snub? Ridiculous. Is that going to change our mindset as far as trying to win another Super Bowl, or Puka doing what he's going to do? No, but it's just a thing like, that's irritating. Get out of here. Oh man, the guy who's been really snubbed his whole career is Matthew Stafford, because he played with such horrible Detroit Lions teams. Okay, for instance, like Steve Young's a Hall of Famer, right? What if he never left the Tampa Bay Buccaneers? What did he do with the Buccaneers, right? So, Stockton says, you didn't. Oh, you already got that. Let's see. Flacco says, Rudy, I'm going on the 26th Friday. What day are you going, brother? Also, my son's going. Oh, that's awesome. Okay, so I got a message. I remember I was telling you I was waiting for my buddy to see what tickets that he was going to get. Well, this guy didn't log in on time. So the dates I have for right now, and I got to see which ones I'm going to go to, is August 3rd. Hold on. Let's see. Is it September 24th, 25th, 28th, 29th, and August 3rd? I have a chance to pick from. So I will see. Flacco, he has a ticket for me. I'm going to see how many he has extra. I'm going through my sister for my nephew. It's not my friend. My friend didn't get any tickets. So I will let you know. I haven't told you about it because she just told me today. So we'll see what happens with that. That way I can get one to you, and we can meet up and see what day. That's awesome. Flacco says, Friday 25th, my bad, I'm going. That's awesome. Oh, you're good. At least you can go, man. I mean, those tickets have been hot, baby. Those tickets have been hot. Willie Buss says, Lawrence McClutchin, Henry Ellard, Eric Dickerson, Charles White, Flipper Anderson should be in the Hall of Fame. Great names, man. The Flipper Anderson thing, he was one of the great wide receivers. Unfortunately for some of those teams with the woman who shall be nameless, they didn't get a lot of primetime games in the playoffs. So a lot of teams, it's a popularity contest, and they were one of the best. Flipper Anderson and Henry Ellard were two of the best duos in the NFL, bar none. I mean, they would go back and forth with Jerry, not saying that they're as good as Jerry Rice and John Taylor, okay, because they have more stats because they played on a consistent, better team. The Rams had with those guys good to great teams, but they weren't over a long period of time. There was some downtime in between. Jim Everett wasn't there the whole time, and then there was a big crash after the '89 season. But they could hold their own and win games against those teams. So yes, indeed. And Flipper Anderson, even Deion Sanders couldn't hold him. He beat Deion Sanders for long, deep touchdowns. That's the one guy that he could not let get a step on him because he wouldn't be able to recover. Yes, indeed. Love it, love it, love it. Mike, One Kelly Brown says, "What's up, me, Ramelia? How you doing, One Kelly Brown? Appreciate you. Love it, love it, love it, guys." Brian Smith says, "Hey, Rudy, how you doing, brother? Appreciate you. Love it." Tribe says, "I saw." Where are you at? Flacco says, "What's up with the competition on the QB's second strings backup? Bennett, UT, Martin, and Dresser Win." Now, Dresser Win is to me a camp arm. It turns out, I didn't have the information when I posted it to you on my community post, that Jimmy and Stafford, we already knew Stafford's not going to play in the preseason, but Jimmy is not either. So there's where you bring in Dresser Win. Now I hope that Stenton Bennett cooks. I hope that he cooks. This Stetson Bennett, to me, like I've said this before, in my opinion, he had the 1 year where it was a lot of pressure was going on. He for mental health issues. He had to take a break away from football. Came back, now he's really fully focused now. But to me, he's basically Brock Purdy with a better arm, and actually he actually has a personality and swag. Brock Purdy, he's been playing really good with that team, and he's got mobility. He's kind of like an aw shucks golly gee guy, which is nothing wrong with that. But Stetson Bennett is a 2-time national champion. The guy has swag. The guy's a leader, and he just needs to show it on the pro field, which he needs to. If he doesn't, then but I'm wrong. But to me, that's basically who he is. I mean, I think that in the right situation with Coach McVay and these guys, he can do what he's doing, what Brock Purdy's doing with San Francisco. Except this guy has a better arm, and he's clutch. Anytime you're a 2-time national champion, and you're not just always running the ball, the guy walked on, got the job twice, national champion, amazing. Mike Money, I don't even know if you're a real dude with the avatar and stuff, and but we talk football, man. You go on Rambo's thing, and I don't block anybody. If you're going out of tune, then we take you off of the chat for today. But we talk about football. It's okay to talk about teams, but don't come in here and do that. That's no reason for that. But it's fun, interesting though, because you always go to something else because the team, the Niners ain't nothing. The regular season empire, they can't win a Super Bowl. I mean, I don't even know if you've ever saw a Super Bowl. Whenever I see Niner fans, I do like this. We're gonna win the Super Bowl. I look at them and go dead like this.
Hey, come here, look at me. Hey, look at me. What'd I say? No. Come here, look at me. Hey, look at me. No. Come here, look at me. Hey, what? You want it? No.
But yeah, man, welcome to the chat. But yeah, just talk about teams, man. Or you can make fun of the players, but we don't need to do that. It just throws off everything, It just throws off everything. Yeah, there's no reason to do that. It's no reason. Love it, love it, love it. Bryce says, "Robert, are you looking to chat?" Bryce says, "Man." One guy says, "Dude made a play with a broken arm." Stock says, "It's annoying. Our team never gets props." Yeah, man. Talk about the ratings and stuff. Yeah. Stock says, "Do you have any extra?" Yeah, that's what I was talking about, Stockton. I'm reading these after you already posted it. So my buddy didn't get my tickets. I was gonna go for the the season ticket night, but he wasn't able to get in. And Rams tickets, I mean, I guarantee you, and I'll bring you pictures, that there will be Niner fans at training camp, man. They want to be LA fans so bad. I mean, they got the Dodger hats on backwards and the Debo jersey on, and they want to be from LA so bad. And some of them live in Southern California, and they're a little confused, but they guarantee you there will be Niner fans there because they have season tickets. Some of them have season tickets. The Niners will be playing a good team in Santa Clara, and they'll be at the Rams game, watching the Rams, wearing their Niner stuff. And we look at them like, don't you guys have a game right now? It's crazy. It's crazy. William is good health and being a loyal fan of the LA Rams. Yes, indeed. Love it, love it, love it. Wayne Clarence says, I love being on the radar. F the media. Yeah, man, they've always... One Kelly Ram has a great response because if you remember, I'm going to say it like this. When the Rams went all in 2018, remember they got Ndamukong Suh, and the Rams have, and this is also from other content creators, but the media, Sean McVay, the boy wonder, they've what was the term they would use? They've given up their future. You know, it's Super Bowl or bust, right? It's Super Bowl or bust. Well, they got to the Super Bowl. They lost, and you know, props to Tom Brady, one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time, and Bill Belichick, one of the greatest coaches of all time, both Hall of Famers, first-time ballots. But luckily for them, we didn't have Cooper Kupp in that game, and luckily for them that and we had a young quarterback in Jared Goff who didn't see Cooks twice in the end zone. Towards the end zone and one in the end zone, wide open. And then we didn't have the explosive Todd Gurley with his knee acting up. But when you play the game, you have to play who you got, and you have to make arrangements. So it was 3-3 going into the fourth quarter. And Aaron Donald and the defense was cooking, man. We just didn't put any points on it. If you would have told me, hey, Rudy, going into the fourth quarter, it's 3... the Patriots scored 3 points. I'm like, oh man, we're going to blow them out. Okay. Nope. Wade Buster, Jim Everett should be in the Hall of Fame too. Now, on Jim Everett, one of my favorite quarterbacks, he would have a chance to be if he played on more good teams. Unfortunately, because Jim Everett was like Matthew Stafford. If you keep him upright, he will kill you. The guy was amazing quarterback, led the league in the time of Dan Marino, Warren Moon, Joe Montana, great quarterbacks, led the league in touchdowns 2 years in a row. The guy put the Rams on his back and took us to the NFC Championship game in '89, beat Reggie White and the Eagles on the road in Philly, beat Lawrence Taylor and with Bill Belichick as defensive coordinator in the New York Giants on a toss to Flipper Anderson over the top in overtime on the road, only to play a rested Niner team, and we still took the lead 3-0, but our line was beat up and they couldn't block for him anymore. They couldn't hold him off. Jacques Fortu, what's up, Willie Bowen? Love it. This is my guy, David Corona. How you doing, David? What up, Rudy? How you doing, bro? Appreciate you, brother. I wanted to hit you up. I was going to text you. I'll talk to you about it later, about your dog tags for your Pop's dog tags. I'll talk to you about it later, but God bless you, brother. And thank you for the, I hope you got my reply back for the Father's Day messages, man. God bless you. Wicker says, fake news Stockton. Let's see. Oh, man, there you go. Flacco says, I'm gonna stand up. I'm in stand up by picking up Delia's grinders. Love it, man. On standby picking up Delia's grinders. There, that's the deal, man. That's the deal. Old school Delia's grinders, man. Riverside thing, University Street. Love it. Stockton's too much. Stockton, what's up with Rumble? Been popping them gums. Prices. Jacques Fortu was cooking Rumble like a bowl of chili. Wicker, does any brothers know if they're if the Oxnard Rams Cowboys are open August 5th? I'll look for you right now. That's one thing about why the Cowboys in California still, you know, because the Rams were out of California for over 20 plus years. But, you know, Jerry Jones was an ally of Stan Kroenke, and he helped the other owners get on board with Stan Kroenke. And hey, you know what? You got to make a deal with the devil. You know, at that time, if you remember, you had the embarrassing Chargers and Raider fans standing next to each other, and they were trying to like team up and come to Carson. and try to get, you know, the Rams from coming back to LA. So it was hilarious though times, you know. But in the end, we ended up having to. So Jerry Jones was a great ally to Stan Kroenke, so I can see why they allow him to keep, you know, pushing the brand in California, because he was able to help the Rams get back to Los Angeles. So let's see the dates for that. Tuesday the 5th, you said? Let me double check. Hold on. Yeah, the 5th, August 5th. Okay, so August 5th, Tuesday, 2 p.m. And okay, here, let me bring this to you real quick. This is not a Ram. Well, it is Ram thing because it shows the Rams too. So let me bring this to you, brother. Hold on one second. I'll share it for you. Hold on. So no tickets needed. Okay. Oxnard. Admission is, let me make sure it's right on my side. Hold on. Let me bring it to stage. Okay. Here we go. Eyes on the screen. Make it a little bigger. So how's that look on this side? Okay. Okay. Now, Oxnard. Hold on. Darn it. Damn mouse. Here we go. Parking's $20. Okay. $4 for large RVs. Cash only. Okay. Let me get back to where I was. So here's the date right here. August 5th right here. Oh, the August 9th too. Buy tickets. Oh, okay. Hold on. Open practice. So open practice Tuesday is the day you're talking about, 2 p.m. here, right? We'll get back to that. This one says buy tickets Saturday. So let me see what this is going to give me. Hold on. Okay, so you can buy tickets at Ticketmaster if you click on that link. Oh, that's for the preseason game. Got it, at SoFi. Anyway, I just thought it was interesting. I was thinking that was, got you. So, okay, so that's what that is. So forget that. Tuesday the 5th, open practice. Now up here, it says first come, first serve. It says fans will be able to attend practice sessions. All practice sessions are open to the public beginning the first workout 11:45 a.m. Pacific time. And there's the dates there. And then it says up here, parking lots open approximately 3 hours before the scheduled practice time. Public entry to training camp will be open 2 hours to practice. So you just got to get there early, man. There it is right here. Admission, free to the public, no tickets needed. Entry is on a first come, first served basis. Arriving early is encouraged. You got to get there early. Besides the Cowboy fan, because it's for the Cowboys, the Ram fans will be there, but you got to get there early. I would get there like 11 o'clock, man. Go get something to eat. Have somebody wait there. Bring them a burrito or something. But yeah, that's pretty cool. I forgot that was the other link that I clicked on was the preseason game. So yep, there it is, brother. There it is. I'm gonna have to time you out, Mike. Yeah, you didn't ban you, but I told you. I already warned you, man. I already warned you. Come here talking some nonsense. You don't even have anything to. Yeah, I mean, I don't blame you on one point because you don't have. There's nothing good to say about your Niners. What have they won? Well, we beat you guys in 2 years ago. We beat you guys 2 years ago, dude. Kyle Shanahan's been there 10 years, and the man had to win diddly. You look, where's that empty Santa Clara case? They got no rings. They got a bunch of participation, a bunch of partition ribbons in there.
Oh my God! I love being here with you guys. Much rather be coaching, but this is a subtle flex on you.
That's a flex on everybody. That
was for you, Money Mike. And props to my guy David Corona because he's a Niner fan, but he's a good dude. So, but yeah, I'm talking to him. Stafford says more offseason draft for the Niners. Such a G League franchise. Yeah. So, what he's talking about is defensive back. How you say his last? Demo Lenore. His buddy caught him in a pickle because he's got a concealed weapon, allegedly, a handgun, allegedly. And he's like, here, toss him the keys. And then he didn't want to give the keys back because he thought he would look bad in the eyes of his friend, because he didn't want his car to get towed. He didn't want to give him back, so they arrested him. And now we'll see if he's going to get suspended because you don't get arrested and technically break the law. It wasn't a big deal, but it doesn't add to, with the Ayuk drama, for the offseason. There's always something. Derek Cross says, 49ers all day, every day. Whiter fans can watch their Super Bowl victories on VHS. Yeah, man, you can still find those too at the Salvation Army, Goodwill. Oh, I love it. Well, one color Ram says, Rudy, did you see the post of a Rams Super Bowl team that shall remain nameless? Ours I saw that. Ours had a QR code. Ours had a QR code because it's newer, and then the Rams, the Niners, I forgot what it was, but yeah. Derek Chris, okay, we got 5. Bang bang VCR game. One kind of says, we don't talk about it, we be about it. Yes, indeed. I think we ain't done yet. David says, how much does the Rams still have behind? One thing I do have to say, David, and again, the number, the total numbers what counts is the NFL is a much different league now, man. If with free agency you start losing teams, I don't want to say that it's harder, but it's different. You start losing players with free agency, and there's more games now, and so it's just different. And the proof is that the Niners went the 12-year period from 81 to 94, won the 5 Super Bowl, which is amazing with Eddie DeBartolo Jr. And then since then they haven't been able to cross the line. Times have changed. It's the modern NFL. From the 80s and 90s, the NFL has shot up with revenue sources and TV deals and the modern age. I mean, the Niners have proven. They say catch up. Well, you guys can't win one no more. At least we've won 2 in the modern age. The last 2 between the the last 2 championships between the 2 franchises. In the NFC West, we're the only franchise that have won 2 modern NFL championships since free agency of '93. The only team. But yeah, 5 is really amazing. Yes, indeed. It was a different time. Wilbur says that's a candlestick, not a Santa Clara, David. Stocker says Jim Everett wouldn't take hits like Stafford does. He would crumble in a fart wind. Well, Jim Everett took hits, but in that championship game, they were beat. Man, he went through 3 wars. He went to the war with Reggie White and Jerome Brown, beat them. Went through to then go to New York with Lawrence Taylor, Carson, Bud Carson, what the Carson Banks, I think is his name. That defense, Buddy Ryan, beat them in overtime. Then you got to play Charles Haley and the gang, Ronnie Lott, which they beat before. They split in the regular season, but the offensive line was hurt from those wars prior in Philly and New York. And we still took the lead, but we just didn't have anybody to block for them after that. The next year, the Rams went to Candlestick and they beat them the undefeated Niners at that time. They were 5-0 or something, and Jim Everett and Cleveland Gary went to his candlestick, and they went home with the dub to get some sense of revenge. Travis says, Willie is right. We have 4 titles, going to catch those schmucks in no time. Yeah, so when you go to total Super Bowls, you know, like I like to kid you, but the Niners have 5 Super Bowls. 4 of them were before the free agency era. The one Super Bowl that they have in 94, that was after the 93 free agency era, but it's 5 total. The Rams have multiple NFL championships, pre-Super Bowl, and multiple Super Bowls. So, yep. So, if you were a great-grandfather, you were able to see the Rams win a championship. When Cali Ram, my gear, brother, it's coming. I promise you. You will see. Let's talk about gear for the Ramelia Sports. It's coming. I promise you. Sonka says, I'm on the training. Thank you for keep asking, though, man. I appreciate you. Sonka says, I'm on training camp. Yeah, I did that, too. But I'll find out for you by the end of today, and I'll let you know tomorrow. Sal, how you doing, brother? Hello, Rudy. Hello, Ramley. Yes, indeed. Sonka says, Dave Cromer is the closest Ram fan. I bet he never gave Rudy the hat. He did. He sent me the money for it. No, he's a good guy. And props to his pops, who was a Ram fan. So that's why he's an honorary Ram member in here, even though he's a big Niner fan. So props to his pops. His pops was happy looking down from heaven last year when we were about to beat the Eagles at the 13-yard line, man. But it's our fault. Listen, it's our fault because we fumbled twice, okay? Now, if we would have beat them, you know, I would have been talking all kinds of smack, been happy, but I would have like, woo! We fumbled twice, and they got 6 points out of it. Saquon Barkley went for 2 long touchdowns, and we still beat them. Imagine if we didn't fumble twice. We were that close, man. We would have had a props to Jaden Daniels. You don't know what's going to happen, but I think the Rams would have been too much. We would have had a home field advantage at SoFi, and then we would have played the Kansas City Chiefs that were kind of hampered because they weren't that explosive. They didn't look very good in Super Bowl. Jared Verse chasing down Mahomes. It would have been it would have been amazing, man. We could have won another one. I didn't even see that. I'm sorry, Dad. I didn't mean to post it. Stockton, be nice. David's a good dude. I didn't even see what I was posting. I just should have read it for Stockton. Be nice. He's a good guy. No, you're just kidding. Yeah, Stockton. I'm bursting your brother, David. Come on. Yeah, you just kidding, but yeah, that's a little. My current gracias. Let's go. I remember to get hit. I remember to get hit. Because we're busting balls in here. So, because I didn't see your hat that you won off David. You have worn it on here. I think I have. What it was he said just go ahead and get your own hat, and he sent me the money for a hat. So that's what it was. Robert McClendon says, I'm ready for Rams football. Yes, indeed, baby. Willie Bowen says, what's up, Robert? Yep. Talk says, it's harder to win a Super Bowl now. It's not even close. One thing I do want to say, and I'm not making excuses, okay? I'm just telling you what happened. So, 1979, the Rams were facing the Steelers in the Super Bowl. The owner at that time was Carol Rosenblum, who was kind of like an Eddie DeBarlo type. The guy was a mover and a shaker. The guy he wanted to win. He had the Rams winning on the winning path. He traded the Colts franchise to the Baltimore Colts at that time for the Rams. Carol Rosenblum, right? The year they played the Steelers in the Super Bowl, and they won a couple championships with the Colts, by the way. When he passed away, the year that they went to the Super Bowl against the Steelers, they were leading all the way, but he had already passed. The woman who shall be nameless, Georgia Frontieri, took over. And in my opinion, never really gave the sons a lot of power. Basically ended up buying them out. And so she took the team eventually to St. Louis, close to her hometown, right? But while she was the owner, The Rams had some great teams, man. 85 Rams had to play the 85 Bears. They got to the championship game. 89 Rams, which I already told you about, beat the Eagles, beat the Giants on the road, and then had to face because they were the wild card team, the Rams, a rested Niner team. But after that team, too, if we would have had a Carol Rosenblum type owner or Stan Kroenke, we would have made some moves. Right in that time when the Niners were winning Super Bowls in the 80s, you would have had another owner in that division who wouldn't have allowed them to have a Wendell Tyler or a Hacksaw Reynolds from our championship teams. We wouldn't have allowed that. So that just gives you some background. And then when they went to St. Louis, now they had to put asses in the seats. So guess what? Now they had to pay players. Now they had to get good teams. So they ended up getting the greatest show on turf, and now they're back. So that's what happened there. So there was a long time where the Rams had good teams, but we didn't have the right ownership to get us over the hump. So we were very close. It's kind of like, if Les Snead and Sean McVay didn't do anything when we lost Robert Woods and we didn't add like a Von Miller, we might not have enough firepower. So the Niners have had some heartbreaking losses in postseason the last decade and a half, and it's crazy, and I love it. Yep. And, to me, it's like Eddie DeBartolo Jr. wasted all the genie's wishes on the lamp. Willie Buss says, San Francisco bankrupt whiners. Robert Clemens says, Stockton, a 209, you can have mine, not going to the 26. Okay, that's cool. I'll let you know, too, still. Stockton says, Rudy, in all your years of watching football, what would you say is your favorite game that you ever seen, postseason and regular? Man, woo! There's so many over the years, man. But because it had to be the Super Bowl in Los Angeles, I'm gonna go with I have two, and then the other ones are great too. But this is the main thing: is beating the Niners in the championship game. Okay, after all those times losing. In the regular season, and then we could have snuffed them out in the last game of the year, and then winning the Super Bowl in Los Angeles. That was huge. Those are my two favorite. There's so many though over the years. Jacques 42 says, "Are you going to any games this season?" Yep, I'm hoping to go to a few games. Me and Stocks are talking about which ones we're going to go to. I'll let you guys know for sure. There we go. When Karen says, Eddie D bought that team. Yeah, and props to him. Hey, listen, as Ram fans, do what you got to do to win. But eventually, that team with Carmen Policy as a GM and the great Dwight Clark as a player was an executive, they were fined for allegedly backloading contracts and they lost draft picks. And they were fined, one of the biggest fines ever in the NFL. And that just shows you how hard it is to win now. When you have the Niners getting caught, and they got caught recently for making mistakes on the cap as well. Whitcross says he's now a mall cop. Well, Eddie DeBardo got caught for allegedly racketeering, some other charges, and it was up to Stockton's guy, the elites, the elites pal, Stockton's guy Trump, pardoned Eddie DeBartolo Jr. He pardoned him. When Cross says, terrible Owens. Yes, indeed. Love it. Flacco says, I'm back. I'm still hung up on the logo crap design. Wish they'd bring back our logos. Okay, helmet okay, but the Ram. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that either. I understand exactly what you're saying. But I'm waiting for the jerseys, man. Like, what's going on with the Nike jerseys? Flacco says, I think the best regular season game ever was played with the Rams versus Kansas City. That was an amazing game. That game was supposed to be in Mexico City. It was like 55-52, nonstop action, great defense plays, scoring on defense, big plays all over. The place was yeah, man. It was like something like that. 50, I think it was 54, 52, something because of a safety. I don't remember. But it was like that, and it was great defensive plays, but it was a lot of offense. That's the best games, man. Yep. Love it. Save our horns. Yes, indeed. Any rumors in the Ram unit? There's no rumors. We're supposed to have one. Not just us, the whole division. We'll see what happens. It's going to be rival jerseys from Nike. I forgot what they call that, but yeah, we'll let you know on that one. Willie says, I love it when the Rams beat the Buffalo Bills and New York Giants. Yep. I love that. Talk says, didn't DeParlo pay Deion Sanders on the table? I don't know about that, but they were backloading contracts and they got caught allegedly. But there was some stuff going on and that they caught and so they got caught for it. So let me get to the video I was telling you guys about. And again, this is a Rams channel, but I want to just bring you stuff that I think is cool too. This is Kaylin Clark, and because we love the Mamba, the Black Mamba, this is a badass. She has a Kobe Bryant shoe coming out, and she's one of the best players in the WNBA. Check this commercial out. Eyes on the screen, and that's my gal. She's a badass player. Here we go. I'm gonna get this ready for you. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Here we go. That's badass commercial, right? Unfortunately, she's not in LA, but she's a badass player, man. I looked at her, she's not the biggest build, but man, she's ferocious and she's ain't scared to shoot that rock, baby. She's not scared to shoot that rock. Saka says, I think Kaylin Clark and Steph Curry should be bred together and die. She looks like Guy though. Well, she's not a Candace Parker, but she's a badass ball player. There it is. Robert says 54-51. Yeah, I remember the 54. Yeah, that was amazing. Man, that was one of the great. But there's so many great games. The Eric Dickerson game against the Cowgirls, over 200 some yards. Flipper Anderson game. The game where Jim Everett threw like 18 straight passes. There were deep passes too. Deep post patterns. When Kurt Warner threw 4 first half touchdowns, Isaac Bruce was crying on the sidelines. Amazing. Sox says Rudy was rooting for Jake Paul over John. Man, you know what? That guy Jake Paul he's a genius, man, because he gets to fight I'm just gonna say it this way. I think Mike Tyson took it easy on him. And but he gets people to pay for these fights, and he gets lots of money. And then I asked my buddy, "Hey, that Chavez Jr., is that Julio Cesar Chavez, the great boxer's son?" He goes, "Oh yeah." What? He lost to that guy? But hey, he got some money too, so that sucks, man. I thought it was his son. I didn't know much about him. I thought it was his son, and that's horrible. That's horrible. But yeah, we're all basically mentally all here, right? We're all basically mentally here. We're waiting for the season to come on. And hopefully soon, Jalen Ramsey will come aboard. And, Lord Jackson say, I'm fine now. But yeah, we're ready to go, man. There's not a lot of news going on right now. So, but yeah, we're basically mentally there, and our guys are back from Maui, ready to do some damage. And yes, indeed. And the Dodgers are picking it up. Yes, indeed. Yes, they are. Won today. Was it 5-1, 5-2 over the Kansas City Royals, the fake Dodgers? Every time I see their white jerseys, they look like Dodgers, the Royals. Handwriting. Tyson was in mid-50s man. No, well, I know that, but when you look at Tyson doing the training videos, and then he comes at the end of the training video with that hook. He didn't do that in the boxing. He was like holding back to me. He wasn't going body, left and right, uppercut, right hook. He was holding on to that right hook, and he wasn't doing that vicious uppercut because he could have took. It doesn't matter if he's 50. He just needs to, take a breath let those hands go. To me, at least, that's what it looked like. It looked like he held back. Because I think at any time, even if he was 50, any Mike Tyson combo that he's really meaning it would have took him out. At least early in the fight. You know, maybe as you get closer towards the end, he's tired. But yeah, I'll say that. Jake Paul wants to fight Canelo probably won't. Well, I don't know. It's a lot of money, but he's going to get ate up if he does that. Robert Clinton says Rams should have never. Yeah, that was the thing. She didn't want to pay the players. Eric Dickerson carried it to the championship game in the '85 championship, NFC championship. I don't remember, but I think even around that time. Guys were saying that they had to hold out to get money. You know, it's kind of like the Niners ownership now, the penny pinchers. But yeah, that's what she was doing. I think even Jackie Slater had to like threaten to hold out. Because Jake Paul's a stallion, man. He worked hard. No, he's a genius for what he does. 'Cause all the money that he's got. I don't hold anything against him. He's a genius for doing that. Doctor says we got Falk from the Colts to make it up. Yep, we got Falk from the Colts, and Kara Rosenblum traded the Colts franchise for the Rams. Bring Ramsey back. Yes, indeed. Love it, love it, love it. Flacco says CC is the white mama. She's badass, baby. She's badass. I love it. She's badass. Let me check something here. Hold on. I remember one time I was just like, let me see what everyone's talking about. And she was like, boom, boom, driving, kicking the ball out, driving. When Cameron said, let's invade Cowboys camp August 5th, Oxnard. I'll be rocking 99 jersey, straw hat. That sounds good. Actually, that's a good idea. If we can't get to the Rams tickets, like I have, my nephew has some tickets for me. I'll see about that. But yeah, might as well go to that one. Doctor, since my guy Grant Cohn thinks Ayuk will be traded. He's a problem, man. I mean, who's going to want him, though? Yeah, I'll give you a bag of Doritos and 2 Diet Cokes. You know, I mean, the reason why I say that is because they just gave him that big contract. They're going to have to eat most of that contract. And then he's coming off of a horrible double injured knee. It's crazy. Flacco says, I'm hooked on Sophia Cunningham. Yeah, that's some good looking at WNBA players. Yep. Oh, that's her bodyguard, right? Yeah, she's badass. She has a bodyguard, because Caitlin Clark, you always have to have like an enforcer, because your good player, they knock to the ground and stuff. And so they got this gal, and she don't look like an enforcer because she's tall and looks like a model, blonde, long legs. And she dresses like, when she comes to the game, like she's a fashion model, but she's mean. She's badass. Doctor says, any good movies? We were going to see F1. We might see it tonight. I don't know, but there's nothing really going. I have my tickets for Superman already. And so that's the next one I'm going to see on Thursday. The 10th, I think it is. But I haven't seen anything lately. Guy Gilbert, how you doing, brother? Hey, Rudy, did you see that the owner of the Dodgers, the one who bought is actually looking to buying the Rams. The Rams? Are you talking about the okay. Gilbert, are you talking about the Rams or what's the Rams? Did you hear anything about that? Let me know, and then I'll go come back to it. Flacco says, who you got, Canelo or Crawford? Always Canelo, brother. Until somebody beats him, man. Canelo's a badass dude. I just wish he could speak. I wish that he could. He's Mexicano. He speaks Spanish, but I just wish he can speak English so he can cross over. Like he can. The way he speaks with broken English. If he can speak fluently, it doesn't matter. He's still great. But like Chavez, if they could have spoke like a De La Hoya, well, even De La Hoya, he kind of has a weird way he talks, but just a fluent English, that way he can talk shit at the press conference. You talk shit. They would cross over much easier, and it would be amazing press conferences. But yeah, he's a badass dude though, man. Dogs, Rams are not for sale. When Cross says, "Buenos noches, mi Remilio." Horns up, brother. Appreciate you. The Rams. No, I haven't seen that, Gilbert. I thought that's what you're talking about. I haven't seen that, and I'm going to tell you a couple things. Stan Kroenke is. I don't believe that is going to be correct, only because Stan Kroenke is still building the Woodland Hills project, the entertainment complex, the headquarters of the Rams, the multifaceted training camp and headquarters. All of Woodland Hills Mall is basically being constructed. And then around SoFi, they're still building the entertainment complexes and stuff too around that. He's not done yet, so I don't think he would sell it in between. Because if he was going to sell it, because he is an older guy, and I don't know if he has sons or what they'd want to take over, but he would probably do it after that's done, to get maximum dollars. So no, you're good, Gilbert. I do that all the time. I'm like, damn phone. On my Twitter, if you ever see a misspelled word, I said, you know what? I'm just gonna leave it. I sometimes it just changes what I'm putting. You're good, brother. But I don't think that, sometimes, never say never, but only because he still has a team that can win a championship. And that makes the team more valuable. And he's still building all that stuff. And that will make the whole franchise more valuable. Marsha's got my tickets for Jurassic Park. There you go. Jurassic Park's another one I want to see. That's awesome. This Thursday. Love it, man. Have a good time. Yes, Cindy. Flacco says, Canelo getting too confident. He needs to be careful. Yeah. He puts in the work though. That's the one good thing. He puts in the work. Ulub says Megan 2.0 was good. Okay, that's the first one. I'll have to take your word on Ulub because I see some people killing Megan, and I thought the first one was okay. So I'll have to check it out. I was going to go see it, but I seen a lot of people, not a lot, but I seen a few people say it wasn't that good. I'll have to check it out. So if you say it's good, I'll have to check it out. We'll catch F1 later. Jurassic Park releases this week. Superman, Fantastic Four, that's another one. Love it, man. I'll have to check it out. Dr. Rudy, did you hear that Trump is building a statue of him and Francis Fernandez shaking? Plugs, they're going to have Vicente Fernandez and a damn ICE agent grabbing him from behind. He's kidding, Flacco. But yeah, man, it's horrible, the stuff that's going on, man. It's unfortunate because, like, they're just, to me, it just looks like they're grabbing people that because they brown, but they're just brown, that sucks. All right, guys, I'm going to call it a night. Love each and one of you guys. There's not much going on. I'll keep it in my community post and Twitter X, and we'll see you guys again on Wednesday. And thank you guys for coming in. Love each and one of you guys. Hopefully, Jalen Ramsey watch will come up. If we make any more moves, I'll let you guys know. Love you guys. As we always say, may the Ramilia be with you. And Ramulators, mount up. Talk to you guys later.